Chloe, this time it's a seriously bizarre and creepy story I heard from Korea. There was this murder case that went unsolved for 9 years, and it all kicked off when the killer literally just walked into the police station on his own. But Chloe, the reason he confessed is beyond wild. The story starts in 1989 with a guy named Choi Jeong-sik. He's just gotten out of the army and he's dreaming of going back to his warm home with his wife and their son Junho. But the reality that hit him was a cold slap from his landlord. Your wife ran off with some other guy 2 months ago, left the kid behind. Now pay up the back rent. He must have been hit with a serious dose of reality, right? His wife bailed, and his young son had been barely surviving on food from the neighbors. Jeong-sik felt so ashamed to even face his son, he desperately started looking for a job. But with no real skills, nobody would hire him. The money ran out, the landlord was screaming at him to get out, and his little boy was just watching his dad, scared. Then one night, he's just spacing out, watching TV with Junho, and a scene comes on where they rob a bank with a gun. In that moment, an idea sparked in his head. Hey, I was a pretty good shot in the army. Like someone who'd watched way too many movies, he gets this ridiculous idea. I just need one gun. Let's rob a bank. So, to get a real gun, he headed to a police substation on a rainy night. He faked an arm injury, wearing a cast with a knife hidden inside. He walks in, pretending he found a lost wallet. The officer who greets him is Deputy Chief Nam Son-young. He was this super kind guy, even getting Jeong-sik a warm drink because he was out in the rain. But all Jeong-sik could think about was the gun. He waited for the officer to let his guard down for just a second, stabbed him with the hidden knife, and ran off with his pistol. He'd killed the only person who had shown him kindness, all for a gun. So, with the gun in hand, he heads straight for a bank. His plan was this: hide in the bathroom, wait for the employees to leave, and when there's only one or two left, pop out like surprise and take the money. Sounds like a movie, right? But Chloe, plot twist, real life isn't a movie. He was in the bathroom waiting for the perfect moment, and he accidentally fell asleep. When he woke up, every employee had gone home and all the bank doors were locked from the outside, including the bathroom door. So he's trapped, stuck in the bank's bathroom overnight. But the real horror started then. In that empty, silent bathroom, he started hearing the groans of the officer he'd killed, the sound of wet footsteps getting closer and closer, the locked doorknob rattling like crazy. He spent the whole night terrified, and the moment an employee opened the door the next morning, he bolted out of there, totally freaked out. He didn't even rob the bank. In disbelief, from that day on, his life literally became a horror movie. He buried the gun and his bloody clothes, left his son Junho with relatives, and became a drifter, working odd jobs all over the country. But the vengeful spirit of Deputy Chief Nam Son-young relentlessly chased him wherever he fled. When he worked as a cleaner in a bathhouse, he'd see a vision of the officer sitting in an empty tub bleeding, and he'd have to run. With a sense of finality, 9 years pass. Broken in body and soul from the haunting, he finally goes back to the relative's house where his son is. Junho is in middle school now, but the spirit followed him there. One night, he saw the ghost glaring at him from the rooftop, and next to it was his son Junho shouting, Don't kill my dad." The next day, he casually asks his son about his sleep talking, and Junho's confession was devastating. "Dad, actually, I've been having these weird dreams for the past 5 years. In the dream, I keep seeing you stab some man. I don't know why I keep dreaming it." In that moment, Jeong-sik said his entire world was collapsing. The price of his sin, that horrifying curse, was now leaking into his own son's life. He wasn't running for his own life anymore. He just wanted to save his son from that hell. He finally, after 9 years, went to the mountainside where he'd buried the evidence, dug it all up, and walked into a police station. So, Chloe, what do you think was tormenting Choi Jeong-sik for 9 years? Was it a terrible hallucination born from his own guilt? Or was it truly the vengeful spirit of the wrongly killed Deputy Chief Nam Sun-young? And how do you explain his son's dream? What do you all think? Let me know in the comments.